Sometimes the simplest ingredients bring the warmest meals to the table. Today, I'm working with fresh tomatoes, and already the kitchen smells so inviting. There's something comforting about cooking slowly, without rushing, just enjoying the process step by step. Many people tell me they like recipes that don't require fancy products or complicated techniques, just everyday ingredients you can find in any store. Tomatoes and eggs are exactly like that, familiar, affordable, and always reliable. And when you prepare them with a little care, they can turn into something truly satisfying. You know, in many homes around the world, tomatoes are used almost every day. Some people bake them, others fry them, and some add them to soups or sauces. But today, we're making a dish that feels cozy and homemade, perfect for lunch or a light dinner. I always say cooking should feel calm, not stressful. Take your time, enjoy the smell, enjoy the colors. Let the kitchen become a pleasant place to spend a few quiet minutes. That's what makes simple food taste even better. By the way, I'm curious, where are you watching from today? Different countries have their own traditions with tomatoes and eggs, and it's always interesting to learn from each other. In our global kitchen family, we share ideas, small tips, and friendly support. Stay with me because very soon we'll add the next ingredients and the dish will start to look even more delicious. You know, some of the best recipes are the ones we learn at home. Simple meals, made with care, that bring everyone to the table. I've always believed that cooking is not just about food. It's about comfort, memories, and sharing something warm with the people we love. Even a dish made from tomatoes and eggs can feel special when it's prepared with patience. And the smell in the kitchen right now, it reminds many people of family dinners and quiet evenings at home. Tell me, do you enjoy cooking simple meals like this? In our community, we come from different countries and different traditions, but we all understand the joy of a homemade dish. So stay with me just a little longer because the result is going to be worth it. You'll see, sometimes the simplest food turns out to be the most comforting. And now the kitchen is starting to feel even more lively. The colors are getting brighter, and the aroma is slowly filling the room. This is the moment when a simple dish begins to look truly appetizing. Sometimes, just a small, fresh ingredient can change everything. It adds color, a gentle aroma, and that feeling of homemade care. I always like to keep a little fresh parsley nearby. It's one of those ingredients that makes food look more inviting and taste more complete. The smell of fresh herbs is something many of us remember from family kitchens. It brings a sense of freshness and makes the whole dish feel lighter. Just a touch of green on top, and suddenly, everything looks ready to serve. Tell me, do you also enjoy adding fresh herbs to your favorite meals? Now it's time to add a little freshness to the base. A small layer of parsley brings a bright color and a gentle garden aroma. It's a simple touch, but it makes the dish feel more lively and carefully prepared. Sometimes these small details are exactly what turn an ordinary meal into something special. Now the dish is starting to feel more rich and satisfying. A little mozzarella adds that soft, creamy taste that so many people love. When warm cheese meets fresh tomatoes, the aroma becomes deeper and the texture turns wonderfully tender. And then comes one of the most comforting ingredients, a simple egg. Eggs make any meal feel more filling, more nourishing, and perfect for a cozy family table. At this point, you can already imagine how delicious everything will look once it's fully cooked. Tell me, do you enjoy dishes with eggs and melted cheese? They always bring a feeling of home. Here's a small kitchen trick that makes everything much easier. When the tomato sits on a steady base, it stays upright and cooks more evenly. Simple details like this can save time and prevent little kitchen accidents. I like using a glass dish that fits perfectly into the air fryer. It keeps everything neat, safe, and ready for baking. Now it's time to add a little seasoning to bring all the flavors together. A pinch of sea salt helps the tomatoes taste brighter and more natural. And a gentle mix of peppers adds warmth and a pleasant aroma that fills the kitchen. You don't need much, just enough to wake up the flavor and make the dish more inviting. At this point, everything is starting to look beautifully prepared and ready for the next step. While our tomato cubes are baking in the air fryer, this is the perfect time to prepare something extra. I always like to use every part of the ingredients, especially when we have those juicy tomato centers left over. They are full of flavor, and it would be a shame to let them go to waste. So instead of throwing them away, we can turn them into another simple and satisfying dish. This is a great habit in the kitchen. Cook wisely, save what you can, and create more than one meal from the same ingredients. Now the kitchen becomes even livelier. The tomatoes begin to soften, the aroma grows richer, and everything starts to feel warm and comforting. To make this second dish, I like to add a fresh onion. Onions bring a gentle sweetness and help balance the natural acidity of tomatoes. As the mixture cooks slowly, the extra liquid begins to evaporate and the flavors become deeper and more concentrated. You can already imagine how delicious this will taste. Simple, homemade, and full of natural goodness. A little salt, a touch of pepper, and the dish starts to come together beautifully. This is the kind of cooking many families enjoy. Nothing complicated, just honest food made with care. And while everything continues to cook, the wonderful smell in the kitchen makes the waiting feel pleasant. Sometimes the best meals are the ones prepared patiently, without a rush. Stay with me, because very soon we'll have not just one, but two warm and comforting dishes ready to enjoy. At this stage, you may notice how the mixture becomes thicker and the aroma grows deeper. This is a good sign that everything is coming together nicely. Cooking like this doesn't require special skills, just a little patience and attention. Many people discover that simple home cooking can be very relaxing. You listen to the gentle sound from the pan, you smell the warm aroma, and the kitchen starts to feel like the heart of the home. Some viewers tell me they enjoy recipes that use leftovers wisely. It saves money, reduces waste, and often creates surprisingly tasty dishes. And honestly, some of the most delicious meals are born exactly this way, from simple ingredients and a bit of creativity. In just a few moments, everything will be ready, hot, fragrant, and full of comforting flavor. Now we're moving into the final stage, and this is where everything starts to look truly satisfying. The mixture is hot, fragrant, and full of rich tomato flavor. At this moment, we add the eggs, and the dish begins to transform into something hearty and comforting. Eggs have a wonderful way of bringing ingredients together. They make the texture softer, more filling, and perfect for a warm, homemade meal. As everything gently cooks, the kitchen fills with that familiar aroma that many of us remember from family breakfasts and weekend lunches. This is the kind of food that doesn't need fancy decorations. It speaks for itself, simple, honest, and made with care. And to make the dish even more inviting, a little mozzarella on top adds that creamy finish that melts so beautifully when warm. Cheese brings a gentle richness and makes the surface look golden and appetizing. You can already imagine how soft and flavorful each bite will be. What I really like about today's recipe is that we created not just one, but two delicious meals from the same ingredients. One dish looks elegant and portioned, perfect for serving on a plate. The other feels cozy and generous, great for sharing with family or enjoying as a quick lunch. This is a wonderful example of practical home cooking, Nothing wasted, everything used wisely, and the result is both tasty and satisfying. Take a moment and look at these two dishes. They are simple, colorful, and full of homemade warmth. Tell me, which one would you choose first? The tomato cups or the warm egg dish? In our global kitchen family, everyone has their own favorite, and that's what makes cooking so enjoyable to share. Thank you for spending this time with me in the kitchen today. I hope this recipe inspires you to try something new with ingredients you already have at home. Enjoy your meal, and may your kitchen always be filled with warmth, comfort, and delicious aromas.